I told the hubby, you are in charge of the puppies today, and they're just like running amok. It's great.
Come on, Bear. Let's go.
You hear that? Can't get peace and quiet around here if I paid for it. Do. So I'm a little bit late than normal because I had no power for about a couple hours a day because the transformer blew. So, you know, that was the thing. Had to reschedule a private reading, which, by the way, I figured out the issues with Zoom, so I can now do Zoom private readings for anybody out there looking for that instead of on here. And hello, Ashley, my dear. Hopefully your days went well. Got a lot of exciting news to share with you guys. Baby, you need to listen. You got someone trying to come through to you, and they're trying to give you some messages, honey. So just listen a little bit more, free your mind a little bit. Janae the Dancer. Hello, sweetheart, and welcome to the channel. If you would, remember to subscribe. It helps me out. And your card, my dear, is playfulness in reverse. So that's telling me maybe you're done with playing the games. Normally when that pops up, it's relationships, but I mean, it could be life in general as well. You know, you're just done dealing with the bullshit. You're ready to move on. You've hit a point in your life where you're just ready to get serious. I mean, so, you know, it's not a bad thing. Angels acknowledge it. Even though I do continue to like my playfulness. Because honestly, after 2020, mommy needs some laughter. But on good news, also, here in the next week, questions, my dear, I do charge for. If you look down in the description, gives you all the information. It's $5 for 2. I've got a 30-minute reading you can do or an hour reading, but I do charge for that. Unless it's something spiritual. So like if you're asking about like, you know, what do you know about this? Or what should I do as far as like, you know, I'm hearing these things in my house, that kind of thing. I do that for free. But hey, Gina. Amaras. Hello, Amaras. For all you new people, please make sure you subscribe because you do get one card for free every day. It's not geared towards questions. It's just geared towards what the universe or your angels, guides, stuff like that wants to tell you. Gina, how you doing, baby? Angels don't got a message for Gina today. See if her guides. Ooh, yes. Baby, this is from your guides. It's basically just telling you to go with the flow. So instead of resisting everything, just kind of go with it. Sometimes when we fight against the current, it stops what we're trying to do. So if we just go with the flow, no matter how bumpy the ride may be, things will get better. The playfulness in reverse, my dear, was for you. If you want to go back, you can rewind. I can't rewind, but you have the ability to. Hello, Karen. Welcome, my dear. Happy New Year, sweetheart. Hopefully it's been good for you so far. Amaras. What am I getting for Amaras? Ooh. Amaras, you need to start honoring yourself along with what brings life into you. So when I get honor Gaia, it's not like honoring just the earth. It's an honoring oneself within the universe. So to me, that tells me that you need to focus more time on yourself, baby. And then, Karen, my dear, I had a few come out for you, but this one feels like the one that resonates the most, which is know your power. I feel like maybe right now you're struggling with what is it that you can control and you can do. And it's just remembering to know how, you know, sometimes we lose our power in situations and it gives us this false hope. You know what I mean? Like, we're sitting there, we're wondering, we're just trying to figure shit out. And sometimes it takes a reminder to remind us, you know, we do have control over the things around us. Karen. Hey, Juicebox baby. Hello, Anime God. Thank you for subscribing. Karen, what do I got for Karen? Karen, love without condition. It seems like there's some things that you're struggling with. And that was before this came up. It feels like internal struggles. That's what it basically boils down to. Like there's this internal struggle of anxiety and like needing to go. So kind of step back. It's like when you see a fire and everybody's like, oh my God, it's a fire. You know what I mean? You got to take a step back. At least somebody does. And assess the situation and get everybody doing what they need to do to put out the fire. It's kind of what you need to do. You're very welcome, sweetheart. Juice box, my dear. Embrace spirit. I never got a text back, but for some reason, I'm not too worried about it. It will come when the time is right. It's too dope to be ignored. In the meantime, I'll just work on my music. And that's where we get the embrace spirit. Just take that experience and put it into your music. That's exactly what I would do. And once you avert your focus, I think things will start coming through. Which, yeah. Gotta wash away the burdens. It's definitely coming through. Wash away them burdens. Do. Anime God. Card really resonates with me because there's a Libra in my life that keeps playing games with me and I'm tired of it. Baby. Sometimes people don't stop playing them games. That's facts right there. Have fun with it. Do you for a while. You're not tied down, Juice Box. Have fun with it. Maybe that's the thing that brings in the line of communication. Like, and then we've got Seek Your Destiny. And this one is for anime. I feel like you don't focus enough like you should. And I feel like you avert your attention on the things that you want to do instead of the things that you need to do. So you need to find a balance in between your life. And once you do that, it's going to put you onto the road of success, my dear. And that was for Anime God. Basically, you need to get your priorities straight. And once you start doing that, it'll all work out. But I don't know my destiny. That's the journey, baby. The destiny will come once you find balance in your life. That's how I know I'm a pretty something. Like, come on, she was chasing me first and I forgot who I am. I haven't felt confident in a whole while. Well, sometimes, we lose our confidence and we got to refine it again. You know what I mean? And the same thing goes with, give me a second. Janae, you know what I mean? You lose that self of identity because you're pushing, oh, well, what's wrong with me? Why isn't this person talking to me? Or why does this person want to play games? That kind of thing. Then you get sucked into this whole shebang. And the next thing you know, you have a moment of clarity and you're like, why am I even doing this? So cheers to you that have figured it out. And if they're not giving you the time that you're giving them, ship them the fuck on. It's 2021. We left that bullshit in 2020. And if your maturity is higher than someone else's, why would you want that games around anyway? Because if they're going to play games like that, what else are they going to play games with? Ew. Well, look at me go. And that's what I try to tell people, like whenever I'm giving readings and stuff comes in. Karen, sweetheart, where did you donate, first off? Because my phone hasn't really got charged. So it's with my assistant on the couch. If you did Cashapp. Yeah, there's nothing like... Okay, wait. Yeah, PayPal. Okay, give me 1 second, baby, and I'll check that out. If you want to formulate your 2 questions, if you bought the 5 for 2, which is normally what people buy, go ahead and do that. If you bought a 30 or an hour reading, let me know. And yeah. Yeah, it has nothing to do with me. It's like I know I have it in me to get what I want. And at the time I have them, I might have too many options. Well, I mean, having too many options is never a bad thing, my dear. Or at least I don't see it as a bad thing. We all have options, just like we all have, decisions that we got to make. It's up to us on which ones that we want to focus our time and our energy into. Because time and energy it's there. By the way, Karen, I got your thing, baby. Just write your 2 questions. And you lose yourself in it. Exactly. Well, that's the thing. Like, we're not guaranteed. It's not like we're given a clock when we're born and like, this is your time you got left. You know what I mean? So it's a mystery. So when we give time and our energy to people who do not deserve it or act like we're beneath them, then why are we giving these people our time? Time is never guaranteed. Eventually there's an end to all of us. One of you guys, I'm not hoping this on you, but you could walk out and get hit by a car. You could walk out and someone could randomly shoot you thinking that you're somebody else. And the last thing you did was spend time and energy on someone who didn't give a fuck when you could have been spending that time with someone who actually gave a fuck or working on yourself and being happy. So that way, if something ever does happen unexpectedly, at least you did things by your way, by your rules, and you left this world happy. At least, even if it's for a moment in time. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I personally think. It's not how everybody thinks, but after a tower moment with my love, enter a Scorpio, I feel forgiveness in me. What do you see in the future for commitment? For future commitment. Okay, so you're the one that I had all that come up. And how does he feel about me right now? All right, give me 1 second, baby. This is for Karen. So tell me if you would, Goddess Hecate, open up the way of communication between me. Okay. Okay. So here's what we got. For your first question, you would ask, what do you see for us for the future as far as commitment? So we got the 2 of Wands, which it was in reverse. So this means that we've uncovered some of the issues that have been lying underneath. And these are the things that you guys actually need to work on. If there's going to be a chance, it's got to be between both parties, and both parties have to put into the same energy. So as far as this goes, the things are uncovered, but it doesn't mean that they're being fixed. So this is something that it doesn't fall just on one person. It falls on both people. Then we've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is in reverse. There was a loss of trust. And that's something that's going to take a while for you to actually be able to get it fully back. Because once trust is lost, it is very hard to be retained back. Just for the reason being, you still have that memory. You still have that wound that is open. No matter if we try to move past it, it always lays there in the corner of our mind. So that's going to be something that's going to be an ongoing thing. Now, how about the feeling about you now? The feeling is one of kind of like a game. It's like a puppet on a string waiting for the emotion. So it's like an emotional roller coaster between you two. And there's moments where they want to see some resolution and actually amend things and make them better. But then on the other hand, they're like, if it fucked up, it fucked up. And there's reasons why it fucked up. And I don't see us getting past that. So that's when we get the Judgment card popping up, which is trying to figure out which way they should lean, which way that they should go. Because it seems by the 2 of Pentacles, my dear, it's not an easy decision. Because I feel like no matter what, on both sides, each of you is going to bring something back into it if something comes of it. But as far as the feelings, there's still feelings there. It's just wondering if those feelings are going to be strong enough to get you back into the same pattern before all the shit went down. You know what I mean? It's like when you break a glass. If it's big pieces, sometimes you can put them together. If it's all into small little pieces over little shit and things that are piled on forever that were just being pushed aside or shoved under the rug, so to speak, it's hard to get those pieces back and to actually amend those things. So there is love, but as far as getting together and that's a toss up in the air. And to be honest, y'all need to start communicating a lot better and looking at the issues. You all need to get on the same page because it seems like you're on two different pages. I wish you the luck with it. Just remember, just try to keep it. Contact him, and he needs to reach out to me. I decided not to contact him, and he needs to reach out to me. And that's the thing, you know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you go ahead and reach out to him because you know what? If you feel like that's the best decision for you in your life, you got to do it. But if you're ever wanting resolution from that, one of you is going to have to break somewhere. And it's got to be a mutual thing. You know what I mean? Hey, Julie. I hope you had a good New Year's, baby. And welcome to 2021. Hey, Ty, sweetheart. How are you doing? Oh, snap. But yeah, you know, I feel like it's just one of those things, you know. You try and you think about it and it's still fresh, it's still new, and it still feels like, what the fuck, you know, why couldn't the things worked out? But then again, you got to see, was this a door that closed for another door to open? Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, sometimes it just doesn't work out with people. And it doesn't mean that they're less of anything. It just means maybe that was a chapter of your life. You gained some experience. The door's closed now. And, you know, focus the time on yourself. And then when something comes your way, or, you know, the goddess brings someone onto your path and you click, roll with it. Enjoy the moments. Because that's what life is about. Little moments. Sometimes we have good times. Sometimes we have bad times. We're all different people with different opinions, views, and morals. So it's only normal that some things will clash with other things. Watched a couple of your videos on Hecate. Many thanks for posting and sharing with us. Not a problem, sweetheart. Actually, I finally got Zoom to work, and my hubby surprised me today. I guess he went ahead and ordered me a new computer so I can actually do a lot more. I should be able to edit and everything else, videos, and do uploads as well. It's going to take a couple weeks for it to get here, but as soon as it does, I'm going to have a whole new setup as far as like my videos and all that. But until then, I'm going to be using Zoom. That is officially working for me again, so I can make videos and upload regular content. So it's going to be good times, you know what I mean? And I've got a few videos planned because I want to make this channel. And by the way, I promise I'll give you guys readings from where you came in. But my realistic goal for this year is to make this channel to where it doesn't matter if you're beginner or advanced. There's something that you can learn and a community that you can come to. You know what I mean? And I think that's the goal of anybody who does stuff like this, or at least that's my thought process. And you're very welcome, Karen, sweetheart. You know, I'm always here if you need me. But it's just to try to make things better because realistically, I don't think that this whole COVID thing is going to go away anytime soon. And so I want to do some really cool stuff. Like I've been looking at tripod cameras that I can actually hook up to before I knew he was getting the computer for me to my computer. So that way I can do live streams and be able to connect rituals that either I do personally or with my coven. So you guys can see it and see how I do it different than some other people. And I'm trying to work. It's still the beginning of the year, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. And it'll be a process. So as long as you guys are willing to take the ride with me, that's awesome. But I will say this. I don't know if it's been happening to other people as far as in our community that we've built here, but I have seen it in some other people's. The activity spiritually that I've had in my house, granted, I live across from a funeral home. I'm at a crossroads, and my house is literally on a corner. So, with all that, it's been ramped up the last couple days. So that's another thing I've been trying to wrap my head around, along with, the power going out and stuff like that. But those are some things that I want to talk about and just kind of get different conversations started. You know what I mean? Jelly beans. Oh, yeah, by the way. So I got Julie, my dear, for coming in. Let's see what we got. Maybe you got to ground yourself. I don't know if maybe it's just been a bad couple of days or you're not fully focused on certain areas of your life. Maybe you're having certain pains. Maybe it feels like your chakras ain't aligned. Whatever it may be, baby, it's time to ground and center yourself again. Ties hung over. Ty, my dear, it says stay strong. I'm not really sure what you're staying strong or what fears that you're trying to stay strong from. But knowing your fears and strength are two cards that pulled up. So hopefully something comes out of that. Hey, did you ever find out when those cards were coming in? Wednesday, I finally get my new deck. I'm so excited.
It says Harbor Ford, so it could come in anytime between now and Wednesday.
I just love playing with a new deck, getting the energy of it and testing it out. I'm really excited for it. You're very welcome, sweetheart. Daily reminder, eat your fruit. Oh no! Who are my spirit guides? And I have an idea. Just want to see what comes through. Okay, so that's going to be... What would be the best deck to do this? Yeah, let's go with the Thoth deck. Give me 1 second. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh shit! Damn it! 1 moment. The moment when you have a bunch of cards pop out at you and you're like, oh. I have an idea, just want to see. All right. Well. Do. So you've actually got 3 that are coming through. The first one is a man in their 20s. And then we've got a little girl. And then we've got an older woman. And those are the 3 that I've got coming for you as far as your spiritual guides. I will tell you this, though. They are tough lovers. And when I say that, I feel like this is more the man and the older lady than the child. And I don't know, the child might be too. But we got ruin in reverse. So it means we're getting so close to the edge of where, like, I know you felt it before where you're being tested and you're like, when is it going to fucking give up? And it just seems like the pressure pushes down on you more and more. And it's like you don't really understand where it's coming from. It's not universal karma debt. It's more of your guides are tired of playing the same shit with you because you're always wanting to be like, no, that ain't it. This ain't it. I know what I'm doing. It'll be all right. And it's like trying to hit a nail with a hammer that has no hammer end. You know what I mean? Like it's like tough love. And then we've got Ace of Wands in reverse, which means that you're having some issues in oneself. And it seems like a lot of people that you've met over at least the last couple years always try to put your experiences down. And that's coming through a lot, which ends up fucking with your perspective. Because instead of being all these fun experiences or things that you want to share, it almost feels like you can't share them because you get these fucking weird looks. So just take it as this, like in the moments where it feels like it's coming all down you and you're just nothing's giving up. You need to change your perspective a little bit. Maybe reach out to your guides a little bit more and be like, look, I get it. There's a fucking lesson to be learned, but I can't take no more. I really can't. Which most of the times that they do this kind of stuff is when, basically when we got toxic people around us and we're not getting rid of them because we feel like we owe them something by being loyal. And then there's also self-doubt that comes through during these times. So just the people that you got, they're pretty decent. I feel like when the younger girls around though, there's more of like you get energy boost where you're just ready to like go, like run. And that's basically when she's around. So even when you're going through these dark times, it's like you got that little one trying to help you out. Like, go. You're almost at the finish line. So just keep that in mind. They're a little bit tough on you, but it's because sometimes you don't want to listen. So it'll be all right. You're very welcome, sweetheart. I always think it's fun to interact with other people's spirit guides. Just for the reason being, they don't hold back. Especially when they've been trying to communicate with a motherfucker, with somebody. See, that's my New Year's thing. I'm trying to be better at wording. Give me 1 second, sweetheart. And welcome, new life begins with from day one. Ain't that a fucking truth? So here's a few things for you to know. I will give you a free card. You have subscribed. Welcome to the Divine Witch family, my dear. I'm sorry. Sometimes the angels are fucking hilarious. Divine guidance. So it seems that you're looking outwards for answers instead of looking inwards. Well, there's your fucking sign, baby. Whatever sign that you were looking for, there's your sign. The universe is trying to give you guidance. That's all I could say. That's sometimes the universe is an asshole, and sometimes it's hilarious. It just depends on what spectrum you're at. I think if you're going to move and you're thinking about moving, there's your answer. And that's a yes, just so you know. Morning, Seabiscuit. How are you doing today? Sometimes moving can realign us. You're very welcome, baby. And may the goddess bless you in many ways during your journey. What's the name? It's called Divine Guidance. And basically, it's just helping lead you to where you need to be. guidance. Like I've divine guidance. Guidance, not gardens. Even though a place called Divine Gardens would be epic. Especially if they had like different statues, you know what, set up throughout the whole thing. It'd be so pretty. Let's see what I got for Seabiscuit today. Our Seabiscuit of Doom. I wonder when we're going to hit 500. I wonder if we're even close to hitting 500 on this channel. Because when we do, hey Coco, baby, give me 1 second. I got to do C-Bun, and then I got you a card. Well, our subscribers haven't moved, so that tells me that someone didn't subscribe when they said they were. But you get that a lot. I don't got the time to really check it, you know what I mean? We are 6 subscribers away from 600. I mean 500, baby. Yeah, we're still in our 4s, but we're so close. All right, so Seabiscuit, be patient. Patience, 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 my dear. Oh, hey, Divine. So what are you being anxious about? By the way, that statue last night, I'm not going to lie, it was very beautiful. Oh, that's another thing. I'm going to be doing a review on Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, probably sometime in the universe. Yesterday we did, but we've had a few people come in today saying that they were going to subscribe. So they might have not. I don't know. But Coco, my dear, you need to seek those answers within, baby. I think you already know the answer to the question that you're looking for, and you just kind of need to accept the result. Gabby, baby, did I give you a reading yet, honey? I can't remember. I don't feel like I did, though. Divine. Divine, baby, you got a sacrifice you need to make in your life. I don't know what it is, but I would do it soon. Because it feels like one of those things where it needs to go, like yesterday. No, I didn't even get a hi. Are you sure? I feel like I said your name. Hear that? Or I've said your name so much that I feel like I automatically just say it, even when I don't. Hi, Gabby. Gabby. Gabby! Hello. Follow the moon, baby. Means follow your heart. Follow your intuition. And follow what your emotions are telling you. That's for you, Gabby. Gabby. Go, babe. I swear one of these days when we don't have Corona going on, I need to get together with some of y'all because I got a feeling some of y'all would be fun to drink with. Either that or I'm going to end up in jail, but it's well worth it. Okay, so Calico, be without malice. I don't know if there's a situation that you're wanting to act on that might put you in a different light, but you know. Jail buddies, exactly. It'd be like that show, Bad Moms. Okay, who was I looking at? Jaleesa, my dear. You need to focus before you act, baby. I don't know what situation you're facing, but yeah, you really need to think about it before you take. I feel like it's a life decision more than it is a personal decision. Shit. I swear I'm going to have to start a swear jar on this channel. You are very welcome, Calico Baby. You're in San Francisco. I'm in Ohio. I've never been to San Francisco, but I think it'd be fun. Right. I have yet to be locked up. Jolisa. Here are the ancient ones. Jolisa. So it seems to me like you got some people trying to come through and talk to you. That's been kind of like a thing for a while. I noticed a lot of people have got their ancestors coming through. I don't know if some of you guys are going through spiritual awakenings or what it is, but a lot of you do got people trying to reach out to you. But I think we all do at some point. You know what I mean? I kind of go back and forth on it. Come over after Corona. I will host you. Fuck yeah. I mean, yay. That would be fun. I even thought about it. I thought about like after a certain point, once we get our channel up, like around 2,000 or 3,000 people or something like that, about going around and just meeting some of you guys. Plus, it gives me a chance to get lost for 2 weeks and travel around the United States and see all these cool people and all these cool places and have fun with it. Gloria, my dear, you need to focus. I don't feel like I think this is an action towards someone else because I feel like you're letting your mind wander because you don't want to focus on what's going on. And the reason I say that it has to deal with somebody other person, because I feel like you can't control their actions. And whatever they're doing is destructive as hell. Period. On fucking point. Swear jar, I swear. Literally. Oh, man. Oh, my puppies are asleep. They're so tired. They shouldn't be, but they are. So now I'm curious, what is the most fun thing to do wherever you're at? So it can be around you, in your state, country, whatever. What is the number one thing if you were going to take somebody or kidnap them, whatever, and do some fun stuff? What would be the first thing, hands down, that you would do if you only had one option? I want to know what it is. I want to see what's around in your guys' area. Because, you get a lot of touristy stuff and attractions, but it makes me wonder, you know what I mean? What you feel is the gemstone in your little universe that you're in. Mine is good. It started out rough because a transformer blew. But after that, I'm going on a helicopter ride for my birthday. I'm simple. Now, see, that would be fun. My husband's afraid of heights, and so am I. But I am less afraid of heights to be willing to get into a machine of death in the sky than he is. I don't know. I think he's got a past life thing or something. Who knows? But I think that would be fun. Especially like around the city and you see everything, especially if it was like at night. Oh, see, that would be pretty, especially like if it's like one of those old time action movies where you're going out into the sunset and you see the ocean, you know what I mean? And it's that beautiful sun that's like right about to go down. That would be beautiful. I live in Pennsylvania. The best thing to do, in my opinion, is go exploring abandoned ruins and cemeteries. Now, that right there sounds like fun. That's some EVP shit along with some other fun things. So, yeah, that would definitely be fun. The one thing I want to do in Ohio, and I haven't done yet, but I think would be real fun, is there is a town called Helltown, Ohio. I have been wanting to go there, but I have yet to find the man crew that I want. There is so much about this area. I just want to explore it, check it out, see what my vibes are, see if I see anything or hear anything, and see where it goes from there. But there's a lot of occult activity that's been around there. They evacuated the city for some reason, and it's been used for government. There's underground shelters as well. Like, it's a whole thing in that area, and I would love to just check it out. But one of the coolest things that I have done that I would suggest doing would either be Leveling Castle, because it's really cool. You get to see this old castle, you get to learn about it. The energy there is like magnificent. And the second place that I would suggest is called Post Town Elementary School. So I'm going to give you a story, and then if anybody comes in wanting a reading, I see Magician came in, so let me rant for like 5-10 minutes, and then I'll give you a reading, baby. So the first time that I went to the school, they were using it for auctions, like quarter auctions. I don't know if you guys have that in your area where you spend a quarter and you just keep on bidding until you win. So I went there to get a few things. It was around the holidays. My money was tight. And it was at this Post Town Elementary. So I ended up going down there. Well, the way that it's set up, when you first go in, you go to your left, and then you go down these stairs. And when you go down these stairs, it opens up into this big area. And if you keep on walking out, you go down this corridor, and you end up in this gym. That's where my product was. Well, as we're walking back out of this school, and I'm walking back up the steps to walk out, it felt like something came through me. And when it came through me, it wasn't like, ooh, there was a spirit that walked through me. Like you get a certain feeling whenever you've had that happen. No, it was more the feeling. It felt like I had polio. My legs went out and I almost went like that. It wasn't that I tripped. It's literally, as I was in the motion, it was like someone walked through me and my legs weren't functioning like they should. And I just remember I had a crowd of people behind me, and I just go, I'm holding on to the railing. I grab my husband real quick, and I'm holding on to his back. And he's like, because at the time he didn't know what was going on. So he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Excuse my language, by the way. And I'm like, I can't move. He's like, what do you mean you can't move? And then the people behind me start getting freaked out. I'm like, I can't move. And then 2 seconds later, 3 seconds later, somewhere around there, he's like, are you okay? I was like, yeah. Well, then the people that owned it came up and they were like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And then we walked out and we left. And my husband's like, was it your back? Did it go out? Whatever. And I just had this blank stare. And I'm like, I've never had that happen walking into a place. I was like, something is in there and I'm going to find out about it. So I started doing research. Apparently that school was used for children who had dealt with polio and all these other issues. And it was a school that they would use so they could get their schooling and stuff. And at one point in time, it was used almost like a hospital in a way. So it's got a lot of history to it. So I ended up reaching out to the guy that actually owns it. And I was talking with him, and we were supposed to get together for me to actually do a whole walkthrough. Because you can go online on YouTube right now, there's a bunch of people that's done ghost tours, all different things throughout the whole school. They probably have more information than I do on the history. Actually, I could guarantee it because I never really dived too deep. I just dived enough to where, okay, I acknowledged what I had happened. And when I told the guy that owns this place, because him and his wife live in it, and they take care of it, they rent it out for events and stuff like that. And I told him what happened. He is like, well, you know, there was a lot of kids around this time that had polio that went to the school, and they had people to help them with that. He's like, so that makes sense. I was like, I've never had that happen. And the only reason that I knew how to describe it and what it felt like was because when I was growing up, one of my uncles actually had polio, and it fucked up his legs. And he described that feeling to me when I was growing up. So it was like one of those, it was just weird. Like, I've had spirits come through, but never to the point to where I'm feeling their ailments. And that was when my journey of heightened awareness really started to kick off. Basically, pretty much like a school for special needs. Now, give me a second because I was ranting for a little bit. My coworker is very friendly. Sephora, it is $5 for 2 questions, or you can book a reading on here for on a live or for private. Look at the information down below. I have been led to a certain part of an old part of the cemetery the first time I was going inside the building, and when hella picked up, and when I looked up, the name was on it.
I should give you an update to see where you're at.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
That is insane. So what was the name that was on it? You think that they would have their, you'll think they have auctions, and you'll think they'll have auctions. So do they have auctions in New York, or do they not? Stop. I got a hint back. Wait, stop. I got the hint and backed away. The wind completely stopped. Oh, wow. That sounds so goddamn interesting. It's great. It was pretty cool. Like, I would love to go through with like an actual paranormal team and see what I got, because that was only like a moment in time. You know what I mean? We were walking around for like 30 minutes trying to find the people, because the way that they had the people set up was when you first walk in, after you go down the steps, that when I was coming back out the same way, that's where that incident happened. But when you go down, like, they have people set up everywhere. You know what I mean? And you can tell that it's old. But it was one of the most interesting experiences I've ever had at a location. And I would love to get with some investigators and have some fun. You know what I mean? Like, I consider it fun because, 1, I get new experiences, and 2, I get to feel things, see things, and hear things that aren't in my home. And that's fun. I still have the video at one being surrounded by crows. Have you ever been to Salem? I have not, but it is on my bucket list. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. You would think New York, out of all places, would. So, magician, baby, there's a celebration in reverse. And, that's why. Okay, so there's someone in your life that you need to forgive, because forgiveness and celebration in reverse. So maybe this is someone that's done you wrong recently, but it is coming up. And this is an angel card of learning how to forgive and let things go. I'm not going to tell you to do that. It's not my place, but that is what is coming through. Who was the other one that came through? Calico. I don't think I read for Calico. If you have questions, look down in the description. I charge for those. Also for Calico, I know. No, was it Gina? Calico, no matter what, there's self-acceptance coming out for you, baby. Hey, Peach. What are you doing, babe? Living that good life? Georgia. Georgia. God, I love that song. Hey, Alexa. Play the song Georgia. You guys can't hear it, but I can, which makes it great. Alexa, turn up by 1. Georgia, baby, you got a lot of stuff. You got something that's holding you back. Because I've got the 9th house. There is a lot of emotion coming through, baby. I don't know what you're going through, but hopefully, I know I say this a lot. Hopefully it works out. But I do mean it. I just don't know what else to say because I don't really know the severity of the situation, but I wish you the best on it. Hey, Cool Jay. I will pull a card for you, baby. See what comes up. Looks like you're finally getting back to a better mental state. And that's for Cool Jay. Regaining your strength back. Well, hopefully things work out for you, Cool Jay. But if you read the description, questions I do charge for. So, Georgia, what have you been up to? What have you been doing? And Gabby, hurry back, baby. Slowing down a little bit in the chat. I've been experiencing things on and off most of my life. I just recently made a choice to myself, regardless of what others think. And what was that choice? The choice to acknowledge or the choice to share that knowledge? Or what are you looking at, baby? Weren't you wanting to book a private reading anyway, Calico? Or was that somebody else? I don't know. It all kind of meshes together after a while. Mario, my dear. It seems like you and someone else, or maybe it might have been you, because normally when I get the 2 of Swords, especially in reverse, the 2 of Swords for me normally means that either an eternal struggle happened and you're now getting over it, or that you came to peace with somebody that you were arguing with. So it's one of the 2. Without really a whole lot of an in-depth reading, that's pretty much what I get from it. Do you have Gabby's blurb somewhere? Actually, I did have Gabby's blurb. Let me see if I can go back, see if she put it in today. I don't even think she's done it today. Because I was riding solo for a while. Yeah, I don't think she... questions are 5 for 2, dear. Is it possible to ask a question thinking something is true, and then the tarot says something is wrong? Well, normally, if there is, it depends on who you're getting a reading from. Is it possible to ask a fake question and thinking something is true, and then the tarot says something is wrong? So here's the thing. If you're asking a fake question anyway, no matter what, you're probably going to, depending on who's reading you, will depend on what you get. But if you're asking a question and the reader is good and picks up on it, then there you go. I grew up practicing and changed, stopped what I used to do about a month ago. I started to create a book of shadows. Well, congratulations, my dear. Sometimes we got to leave the path for a while to realign ourselves and get back to what we need to do. You know what I mean? Everybody takes a break from the craft every once in a while to realign, or maybe they feel like maybe it's not working for them, or, you know, their life path just doesn't give them enough time to practice the way they want to, and they walk away from it. And sometimes they come back and sometimes they don't. That's the great thing about the path we walk. If something's not working for you, you always have the ability to leave. Just depends on your commitments that you're leaving behind. Yeah. I've met a few people who've done that, who meet somebody and they love them, and then they try to change their religion. But literally, you have your religion, they have theirs. And why is it fair for you to change your religion just to appease somebody else's? If they truly love you and they actually want to be with you, doesn't matter what you believe as long as there's love between the two of you. Could you tell me? I can't tell you nothing unless you pay for it. So if you look down at the description, you can find out all my information. And that's another way that I stop people from, because here's how I see it. There's two reasons why to charge for questions. One, if someone's just coming in here just to do some bullshit or whatever, then no matter what you do, you're paying for it. So you get what you paid for. And two, if you keep on having multiple questions of the same thing, then you're still paying for it and not wasting my time. It is not free. You get one card, and it's basically whatever the universe wants to tell you, or your guides, or your guardians. But as far as questions, in-depth readings, life, death, marriage, that kind of stuff is full readings. So it's anywhere between a half hour to an hour. Exactly. I mean, congratulations, you know what I mean? Sometimes we got to go. We do what we think is right, and when things don't work out, we can become who we are. I just don't want it to seem like I was being a douche. Because people are like, it's supposed to be free. And I'm like, well, good luck. But you can get free readings. Especially from people who are just starting. Hey, you found one. Did you have to go back into an old video to find it? Because I didn't see it in this one. I just wrote it out. How's work going, or have you even started? I'm addicted to these little oranges, man. I know it's not exciting sitting here watching me eating these little oranges, but they're such the fucking bomb. No work. What, they didn't decide to have you working the weekend? Like when you were supposed to have holiday off and they didn't allow it? By the way, for anybody who comes in wanting a reading, let me know. Right. I think when I get the new computer, though, I may end up using this one for like emails and writing out rituals and stuff are on here. Just a random thought, because it's like a Chromebook. It's by Dell. I like it. I just can't keep up with everything that I do. Which, if I can get my camera situated by then, on Mbulk, we've got a ritual going on here. Well, not here at my house, at one of our coven members' houses. And if they don't mind, I'll probably live stream it from their house. That's the thing, like, unfortunately, with like the computer I have, it's like slow. The hubby literally surprised me and was like, hey, I bought you a desktop. That's what you need, really. It's got more room. You can beef it up. You know how to beef it up. So that's my gift to you. And I was like, well, okay. I was like really happy about it, but I didn't expect it. But then again, from his work, the way that it's situated, he can purchase things and then do payment options. Which realistically, our coven's pretty small. It's me and my husband, 2 other adult members, and then we've got all of our kids in it. We used to have more members. Unfortunately, things didn't work out with some of the members, and they had different views of what they wanted to do as far as bringing in at the time instead of what was agreed upon. So that's where we kind of had our splitting of ways, unfortunately. Which I've got a feeling a couple of them actually watch our lives. Our kids were a part of the coven for a while and they decided not to join anymore. Well, that's pretty much how I leave it up. Like, as far as the coven goes, like with the kids, a lot of them are teenagers. And, you know, we had this conversation in the beginning of the year. I'm like, you know, there's some things that they can't make it to and some things that they may not want to join and stuff like that. You can ask a question. It's $5 for 2 questions. And, like, as far as, like, being a witch and being pagan, like, I always leave it up to my girls. So I never really pushed that on them. They know, you know, my altar's my space. They know the holidays and stuff like that. But as far as me pushing them to be a pagan child or anything like that, no. I just kind of got it in my mind. Eventually one day, if they want to learn, they will ask, and then we will go from there. All right. You are going on a timeout. You were told more than once that you have to pay for questions. You got 300 seconds, my dear. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Like, I mean, I get it. You know, people raising their kids on whatever religious views that they have is something that's been done from the dawn of time. But I see it more like this. I never wanted someone to pressure me with my religion. Why would I do it to my kids? Like, so that way I give them the option. My mom also tore up one of my books in front of Liz when she was copying it for her book of shadows. See, that's horrible. That's one thing I was glad that my mom didn't do. There was a few pagan books I had got. My mom knew I had them. I think she was like more of, let's just see how it goes. It's probably a phase kind of thing. And when she realized it wasn't, she just kind of took it as is. But my mom never went to those links. But I did know a few girls that I went to school with whose moms would do stuff like that. I had this girl that was supposed to be a friend. And I had bought her a book for her birthday. signed it, was like, happy birthday, you know, whatever, blessed be. Her mom finds her book that she hid in her room. And then her mom told her that I could never be around her again. She isn't allowed to talk to me. She isn't allowed to be around me. When in reality, her daughter was into paganism before she even met me. So instead of, you know, sticking up for a friend or, you know, doing whatever, she listened to her mom. And that was the first pagan group experience I had where I was basically booted because, you know, of bigotry. So it is what it is. I can't blame her. She was a kid. She was living with her mom, and her mom was fucking nuts. But you know, it was one of those things where after it happened, she made it like it was almost my fault. Like, well, if you wouldn't have wrote anything in the book, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I literally gave you a gift 2 days ago. And now you're telling me not to come to your house because your mom flipped out on you. And then you tried to blame it on me. So, yeah. And the funny thing is like, those experiences sucked. But now that I see those people out, because there's different pagan events, I work with all the different pagan groups that are huge around here in the area. And then when I see some of these people at these events, it's just kind of funny in a way because it's like you still see them, you see where they've progressed, where they've gone, and you see how they've changed and stuff. It's just fun to see somebody else's journey. My mom, while she pays lip service to my face, doesn't agree with KT and wants the kids to do nothing with it. See, that's wrong. Yeah, my mom does that. It's never her fault / issue. Exactly. And, you know, it's one of those things, you know what I mean? Like when you're a kid, and at the time, that's how I consider myself. I was a teenager, and I'm like, well, that's BS, you know what I mean? And it's just one of those things that there is a lot of bigotry, but you can't hold it against somebody's religion because even though somebody has a religion, it doesn't mean that their way of practice or how they interact with you is going to be different. And most people are like, well, most Christians are this or that, or, you know, and I'm like, well, they can say the same about pagans. They meet one bad pagan or witch or whatever. And then that's their mindset is this is how they all are. But you don't want that to happen. So why would you do it to someone else's religion? So I try to stay far away from that and give my experience and then be like, you know, I've had multiple different other experiences as well during this time frame. So it's not that bad. Yep. I've had that exact same thing happen where someone asks for help. They don't know nothing. Or you refuse to teach them something because they're still not doing the lesson plan that you laid out, which is one of the biggest reasons why I stopped for a long time teaching people. Because if you ain't going to follow the lesson, if you ain't going to follow what I'm asking you to do, because each teacher has a certain set of rules. Like if I'm going to teach you, I don't care what you do in your spare time, but if you're doing things that are counteractive to what I'm teaching you, what's the point in being here? And I've had that happen with a few people that have come to events and say that they wanted to be part of our coven or stuff like that. And then they don't know nothing. They don't want to put into the work. All they want is someone to have a ritual and say, here, you're a warm body. This is what I want you to do. And I'm not into that. And that's part of the reason why we do a application process when it comes to our coven. So I will look for those videos and post them on YouTube. All right. Thank you, sweetheart. I hope you have a good day at work tomorrow, baby. Mwah. Hey, babe. Can I get coffee? It's just like whenever we do public events, I try to keep them more light and fluffy, so to speak. And there was one year where we had someone who was supposed to write a ritual. And it wasn't so light and fluffy as it should have been. And then there was some reaction to it. So that was a disrespect thing. And that's kind of what led to the downward spiral of that whole interaction. Well, here's the thing, like, as far as like, hey, Passion, as far as like copy and notes and stuff like that, I never introduce anybody to my own Book of Shadows, which, to be honest, I'm a horrible person. I don't really write that much in my Book of Shadows. I should, but I don't. To be realistic, a lot of the stuff that I have, the stuff that I don't want no one to know, I keep up here until the day comes to where I get so old that I need to switch that mentality. By the way, Passion, I am shuffling for you, my dear. No. And I at least make people wait a year in the coven before I let them see my Book of Shadows. Just for the reason being, you never know where someone's going to lie. And some things I don't want people to do because it will hurt them. It will literally hurt them and hurt them bad if they do it wrong. All right. Change is unavoidable, Passion. I don't know how this pertains in your life, but it is something that is coming through. I do wish you the best, though, my sweet. So just kind of take your time, adjust to it, and become one with it, my dear. We asked our covenants to copy our Book of Shadow as part of their learnings. Yes, only after a year and a day. Yeah. And see, unlike a lot of other people, before I'll even teach somebody, I make them learn the history. When I say history, I mean the difference between the American witch burnings and the European witch burnings, because I'm a firm believer that if you don't learn from your history, you are doomed to repeat it. So that's normally where people start to drop off. Well, I know about the Salem witch trials. Well, that's not how they began. And then you go back, and then you go back further. So that way you can see why some of the customs to the magical path are. Why black books? Why cloaks? Why is there a lot of nighttime secrecy rituals? What would you do? What are different signs and symbols to communicate with someone who is in your path without saying they're in your path? Like, if you don't learn your history, you're doomed. Not only that, you got a lot of people who don't want to read, who don't want to take time to learn, who don't want to put in the work. You get people that make excuses saying, well, I didn't have time, or I've been doing this. Well, you had enough time to say that you wanted to do this. And I take my practice personally seriously. So if I'm writing up a lesson plan for you and you're not doing the lesson plan, then I'm done. Because I'm wasting my time at that point to help you. Yeah. And I know people who have left me to go to other teachers, and they'll tell them the same shit and they'll do it for them. Sometimes I think it just depends. Some people listen more to females. Some listen better to males. And, you know, you also got to put that in the spectrum. But when you're teaching somebody, you know the people who's actually going to learn and who's going to be shady. You know what I mean? And not put in the time and work. You know right off, but you're giving them the benefit of the doubt nonetheless. By the way, for anybody joining in, wanting a reading, you just got to let me know. I'm gabbing on about coven dynamics and fuckery. That's kind of like what I was talking about with the whole paganism thing last night with that show we were talking about. Just for the reason being, you know, a lot of shows show different aspects of magic, and they, of course, you know, they add things for cinematic value. But when it comes to the actual practice, and then those people get into the community and then they think it's a fucking game or it's something to play with, that's where I have the issue. is where they misconstrued things, and then those individuals go out and spread all stupid shit. And then the next thing you know, then those people end up meeting you or someone in your community, and they're like, where the fuck did you get this information from? And it's a whole thing. You know what I mean? Or they'll start talking about something that's from a book, like people who use H.P. Lovecraft and some of the stuff he came up with. Now, am I a believer that some things are possible to mix in reality, that people might have had a dream of something, tapped into the universe? Of course. But then you've also got to think about it too, that you're reading something from someone else's point of view. And this is with anything that we do. And if it doesn't resonate with you and it doesn't feel right, then you either got to say something about it or be like, I don't understand. Maybe it's a time difference thing, whatever. But using just fantasy alone, like when Harry Potter came out, everybody's like, I need a wand. It's great for the pagan community because we could get really cool wands, cool cloaks, cool clothes, you know, and stuff like that. But then you got the portrayal of, you're a wizard, Harry. Let's go to school and learn how to be a witch and Leviosa. Like, no, it's not how it works. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would love to see a show eventually come out that gives the real perspective. And the only one that I think has even gotten close is a Hallmark, I think makes it, called The Good Witch. I don't know if it's Hallmark, but I feel like it is, because it's like you never see the magic, you never see the rituals, but you see the knowing and the things coming to be. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like that. It's kind of being prepared and those kind of things. And I think Practical Magic did pretty good when they did theirs. You know, they took what they had, different things, a few pieces of information, threw it in. And that's why it's one of those movies that kind of just transcends through time, because people can relate to it, especially in the magical path. And then look at the description down below. Hey, Angela. Welcome, my dear. There's some things that you need to get rid of. You got wash away your burdens. So that means you need to wash your hands clean of the situation at hand. I have seen it listed on TV, but never watched it. They didn't show the work that goes into it yet. Love that movie because it shows what can happen if you do things half-assed. Exactly. Like, it's also, I haven't seen it yet, but I know they made a new Craft movie. Well, with the Craft movie, you know, they showed certain things that made sense, like giving the barriers between protection barriers, even though you can't see it, it doesn't mean that it's not there. It's a force that one may not see with their own eyes. Like, I love that representation in the Craft, along with, you know, the use of different books and stuff like that. But when you start getting into bullshit, that's where they just lose me. Oh, honey, we're talking about all different types of movies. I'm going to be doing a review on Sabrina, and that's what started this conversation. Which I will say, for the Hecate, I watched it all last night. It was good. But for the Hecate, the beginning one, the birth ceremony, those were two that I can tell you for a fact there's something there. Because there is birthing rituals to do with Hecate. And as far as like the initial first ritual that you see in the beginning, you feel the vibration of it. Like, they represented Hecate really well. I was worried that they wouldn't, and I was wondering how they would take it as far as her, because that was one of the things that I was sitting there as I'm watching it, and I'm like, don't fuck up Hecate. And I'm like, you fuck up Hecate, I'm coming in. And they did really good with the representation. So I was really happy with it. The one thing that I wish that they would have done, that I would have loved to have seen, because we got everybody else, but they never showed, had a character for Hecate. That's one thing I wish they would have done. Hey, Luna. Hey, spiritual. Luna, what do I got for Luna? Luna, I'm getting the sense as I'm shuffling these cards, you got some type of spirituality issue going on. And I feel like it's like not like spirituality as in you questioning yourself. I feel like there's spirit activity going on. Like intensely. Embrace the feminine. Seeking my destiny. New day has dawned. Yeah, that ain't telling me what I need to know. Like there is a lot of spiritual fuckery going on. Hey, spiritual Jay, give me 1 second. Yeah, you definitely got some spiritual fuckery going on, Luna, in your home. We've got Neptune in reverse, which deals with an imbalance within spiritual. It's not like manifestation stuff. It's like a spirit within the home, one that's lurking. And then spiritual J. What's your question, spiritual J? Hey, Kara. Welcome, baby. Can you please get a message from 2021? Well, yes, you can. So your message is going to deal with your first house, Jay, which is the house of self. So this is going to be all about you, nothing else. You need to work on defending yourself a little bit more, because it seems like maybe in the past you defended too hard. It's like trying to find the balance within yourself, because I feel like people come at you and sometimes you either go too far with protecting yourself, like as far as like standing up for yourself, and then there's times where you don't defend yourself because of it's somebody that you care about. But you really need to focus on that aspect of protection within yourself this year. And when you start doing that, you also got a new opportunity. Normally when the sun comes, the sun is one of new opportunity, romance, knowledge, gaining a different world perspective. And that is coming to you in the year 2021, my babe. And then as far if I get the CPR certification, can I get working in early childhood development? Okay, once again, these two cards showed up. So that tells me that there needs to be, you're topsy-turvying on it. It's like you want to do it, but you don't want to do it at the same time. You're second-guessing your decision. And then we got Sagittarius that wants to put in the work for it. But then we also got Uranus, which deals with knowledge of self-doubt. So you need to bring it in with Jupiter and bring in all that emotion, realign it, redirect it, and keep it going. Because you can do it, but it's like there's so much self-doubt that surrounds you in your own personal life that you are purposely, what's a good way? You're purposely putting roadblocks in your mind for the success that you could do. You need to stop that. That is something that you really need to hone in on. And then give me 1 second, baby. Do. Hope you're having a great day. Hi there. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Is that all right? Here's what we go. Let's see. What does? All right, and then you're being blocked. You're being removed because you're not going to come after people in the feed. If you want anything, go to somebody else. We're going to just ignore because I don't know what their issue is, but they can go somewhere else and get a reading. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up. Happy New Year, Kara. And you're welcome very much, Spiritual J. Did you find any new decks you're thinking about getting? I got a demon deck coming. I've got a reorder sex deck. And then I've got 2 from C-Bun, I think, that she's going to end up sending me eventually sometime in this year. Kara, or Kara, if you're still in here, baby, this one's going to be for you. Your baby bear is going ape crap. Kara, divine timing, baby. Whatever it is that you're waiting on, it's all about the timing. You're not going to be able to push it any quicker than what it already is. Things are set in motion. You just got to wait for it all to come to play. And then as far as who was it? I just had you. Where are you? Angela, my dear. Ooh, interesting. I got a bunch of tea lights at my local store and new incense. What kind of incense did you get? Also, Angela, you got signs coming through, baby. I feel like it's signs to lead you in a certain direction in your life. And it's almost like, how do I put it? The direction to which these signs are leading you is going to open you up to a new experience. And that new experience is going to open 4 different doorways in your life. And you're going to have to choose which one you take. Don't me. Tell you to watch the dogs and you put them up. Ooh, I love that. I really like, I wish some of these, there's one, it's not Ralph Lauren. I know it's like $90 a bottle. And I wish they would make candles with that scent. If I can remember the name of it, I'll link it. But, what was that lotion kit that I got you? Had cologne, lotion. Versace. If they would make that, it smells so good. Like when I smelled it on my husband, I'm like, like I would love to have that scent in a candle for Hades. Oh. These puppies need to go tinkly winkly. But it smells so good. There's just smells that you smell that interlocks something with inside of you and you're just like, and that's one of those things. Like when it comes to incense or candles that smell a certain way, and if I don't get that feeling when it's not going to work for my magic. Grand Champa. Well, I just screenshotted it, so Ganesh. Yeah, such a great scent, right? By the way, for anybody who's in here wanting a one card draw, or if you want a reading, by the way, private readings, I do have Zoom back available again after about a month of dealing with BS. So that's a thing now. So you can book private readings. You get a Zoom link and the whole 9 yards. I think she called it Grand Champa. Hold on, I'll spell it in here. By, who was it by? Ganesh. XX, hello dear, and welcome to our channel. If you would, take a moment to read the description. I'm going to shuffle some cards and see what card pops out for you. These readings are a universal reading. It's basically whatever the universe wants to tell you at the time, which it seems like you, XX, got a guardian angel coming out in your life. And normally guardian angels are there just to remind you that, hey, we're still around. So that when that card pops up for me, that's one of, hey, you've got a loved one that's currently surrounding you, and they just want to let you know, hey, we're around. Oh, and Ganesh are lovely. I think I got a few from Ganesh. Oh, snap. You're very welcome, sweetheart. If you would do me a favor, you can come back every day and get a 1-card reading for free. If you'll subscribe and hit the notification bell and stuff like that, I'd appreciate it. Trying to build my channel up over here, and it helps one person at a time, you know what I mean? Plus, starting next week, guys, remember on Wednesday, we will be doing meditation Wednesdays. Dragon's Blood, I like. I'm looking for your reading info. Reading info should be down in the description. Hopefully it took. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure that it's actually down there. Yep, it took. So for anything dealing with reading, if you want a 30-minute, I charge 30. For an hour, I charge 60. You can do it privately via Zoom. The only thing I need is an email. You can actually email me because my email information is down below. I can do it during a live or during a Zoom. It's up to you. Coco, baby. Every time I see Coco's name, it always reminds me, there used to be like, it's about this big and about that round. And it used to be this cocoa butter lotion. It wasn't too thick and it wasn't too thin. It was a perfect consistency. And every time I see your name, that's what it reminds me of. Is because it had that smell of chocolate to it as well. And every time I see your name, that's always what I think about. What type of meditation? Each week we're going to do different meditations. Some is going to be diving and letting go of negativity. Some weeks we're going to be doing diving into shadow work, unlocking keys to ourselves. Sometimes it's going to be unlocking memories, unlocking advice, different things. It just depends on the week, but they will be labeled in the description. I'm going to be doing them live, or if nobody wants me to do them live, I will be able to here within the next couple weeks to actually be able to do them ahead of time. But I feel like by doing it live, you know, it gives you that one-on-one. Plus all of our videos, you can always go back and rewatch. I'm going to do 2-question laugh out loud. I think it is Palmo's cocoa butter. But I'm glad somebody knew what I was talking about. Cashapp, my dear, is just like the channel. The only difference is that it has a $sign. I think it would be too. And plus, you know, I figured doing different guided meditations geared towards certain deities would be great. Just to help people, like if there's a certain deity that they want to communicate with, they're having issues, to have somebody help guide them in a way, I think would be a good experience. And I want to start also doing that on the channel. Freddie! Yeah, I do plan to do some towards Hecate. With Hecate, there's a lot of different ones that I've done before. Some that others have written that I will share on here as well. Plus, I want to do a meditation on just relining. Coco Babe sent a payment. All right, Coco, I'm assuming that you did a 5 for 2, sweetheart. So write your questions. And for Freddie, my baby, you need to focus and act. So there's something that you're going to have to make a decision on here soon. But you really need to just take the time to step back, think about it thoroughly before you go and invest all yourself into it. Okay, why is it giving me that? Okay. Do 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 do. Let's see, where are you at? XX baby, you get 4 questions. And give me 1 second. Technology, you gotta love it. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Give me 1 second. So, Coco is first, and then I've got XX afterwards. So, give me a second. Because normally I go in who sends a payment first, and then we go in the line. You can do XX first. Are you sure, baby? All right, give me a second. XX, are there any blockages I need to work on? So if you would, X, do me a favor, write all 4 of your questions that you plan on me reading for you, so that way I can just go ahead and do one after another. It just helps me out and keeps me on track. You're the one who always watches me, Coco. What movie are you watching, baby? Oh, shit. Are there any blockages I need to work on? Yeah. But XX, right now, your next 3 questions, I'm going to answer, are there any blockages I need to work on? Or unless that's the only thing that you want me to actually answer. So tell me which way we're going with this, so that way I know. It just makes it easier on me. Take pity upon me. And I'm sorry for what's about to happen. My nasal, I swear, man, I got real bad nasal issues. What are they? Okay, so what are the issues that you need to work on? What are they? Those are 2. All right. And this actually kind of answers both of them, but I'll flip a few more cards. All right. Okay. So there's a few issues. So the first issue that we are dealing with, which give me a minute and let me get back to your original question. Are there any blockages that you need to work on? Okay, so the blockages that came up were 2 different blockages. And what else do you need to work on? Those are going to be after. So the first blockage is an older gentleman. Normally when this comes up, it's an older, wiser individual that you look up to. So normally I say it's either a lover or a father or someone that you consider a mentor who is an older individual. And then we've got the Emperor in reverse, which this one deals with a man that is younger. So there's an older man and a younger man that you are being blocked by, so to speak. And let me see where we at. This is why I always have people do all of them at once. What are they? And the issues that you're having with these two individuals is under the moon card, but it's in reverse. So there's a disconnect of emotion between you and these two individuals. It feels like two decisions, you're not sure on which way to go. And then we got the high priestess, which is you trying to play your magic and keep it all together, but it's not as easy as it once was. So there's that. And then what's your third question? Give me a second. Okay. Should I entertain a suitor by the name of Brian? Brian's are always fun. All right. So, don't expect any moral judgment from this individual. Just for the reason being the way that they see the world versus how the world sees the world are two different things. So keep that in mind. Another thing that you need to keep in mind, because we've got the Seven of Swords, which is in reverse. And the Seven of Swords, normally, if it's this way, instead of how it was for you, and ended up this way, which is the reverse of it, means that you're taking a lot of brunt, a lot of holding your tongue back to this individual. And in the end, you're going to be cutting of ties with, by the way, I love the fact that you used the term suitor. I haven't heard that in a while and it made me giddy. But not scooter, suitor. Scooter, suitor. Suitor, scooter. Anyway, so we've got the Seven of Wands, which it seems that the messages between you two are a little bit delayed, because it seems like when you get ready to say, you know what, I'm done with this, then that's when you start getting communication come through from that individual. It's like they know every time that you're about to cut them out, and it just kind of keeps on coming through. Do, 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 do. Okay, what will my business outlook? Ooh. Okay, there's definitely going to be some decision makings. Okay, so here's my question. So for the gentleman who is a little bit younger, do you have a partner or someone who's invested into your business? Because that's the second time that one's came up. And it feels like there's a couple decisions, but nothing's being made. And you're wondering if it's time to expand, grow, how to bring things in. But it feels like you've got negative thoughts, which, I mean, granted was last year, and let's put it in. Well, then if it's not someone that's already been, then there's someone coming. If you got someone telling you something that's better than what it sounds, don't take them up on it, because normally the hangman is one of opportunity that hasn't been missed. And then when it's in reverse, it's an opportunity to actually see above the bullshit, which comes with this card. So when it comes to your place of business and business dwellings, if you do any partnerships of any kind with a younger gentleman, you need to make sure that you watch your P's and Q's and double check them dotted lines, because it does feel like they are somebody who tends to take more than what they should. I had a dream of someone cheating on me. I mean, that's a possibility too, which if that's affecting your work. Da-da-da. And Coco, if you want to form your couple questions that you got. Shavannah, I know you're not a new subscriber, dear. I've seen you here more than once, and I remember your name. But welcome back. And Rada, you can ask a question, but you got to pay the toll. Cheated. Sorry. You're fine, dear. Just be careful with who you give your heart to. That's all I'm saying. But that Brian guy, I'm not really feeling so much about them. I feel like their sense of loyalty and their sense of communication is a little skewed by the way that they do things. But that's just what I'm getting from the cards. Whether or not they might change, who knows? You can catch up on the 1 cards. Would you like a free 1 card? Yeah. I don't even know who we're doing. Give me 1 second, sweethearts. Do. Jade, general, you get basically whatever the universe gives you. So I've got Jade, Radha, and Savannah. So Jade, what do I got for Jade? Let me switch my cards up. And then hello, Yan. Okay, Jade. It's time to create the reality that you've been wishing for, honey. You can't keep letting other people try to recreate your world for you or hoping someone's going to come in and swoop it and make it be. You got to take charge of that reality and start forming it into what you want. It is so very true. But it does seem like there's a lot of complications between the issues that you're having with these 2 individuals in your life. There's a lot of crossing over complications. I don't know if they know each other or not. Okay, Radha, this one's for you. It is the general free question. If you are wanting something else, know your fears. It's time that you actually start acknowledging some things in your life that you don't want to acknowledge just because of the pain. And you need to face them because you're never really going to do anything more if you don't. That was weird. Anything. You need to stop going against the flow. Go with the flow. Stop going against it. Because I heard water, and that's what distracted me. So you're fighting against a current that you just need to go with for the time being. Whew. Anyway, Savani, you've got the card of Seek the Lesson. The lesson for you today is you're not a new subscriber, but welcome back to the channel. Okay, that was me being a little bit of a douchebag, but yeah. You're very welcome. Hello, Reem. Hello, Yan. I got Yan, I got Reem, and then I've got Coco, baby. Ram, you got to trust in the magic that you're doing. Trust in the work and the manifestation. The first lesson that any witch will ever learn, or anybody dealing with energy, manifestation, or magic, my dear, is you got to put the energy into it. And you've got to believe in that energy. Manifestating anything through vision is one thing, but actually putting the energy and the belief that it's going to happen is another different thing. We can fuck ourselves over if we don't put in the same energy as the vision we see. And as far as Reem, whatever your name is, my dear. Thank you for subscribing. Questions are paid thing. It's either 5 for 2. You can get a 30-minute reading or an hour reading. You get 1 generalized card. Information's down below. So for your information card, my dear. Ooh, who flew out? You got to realize you got some changes coming in your life, and you're not going to be able to avoid them no matter how much you want to. I feel like this is a conversation that needs to be had that you're not having. It seems like it's one that you've been trying to avoid for a while, but you know it's kind of creeping up on you. You need to have that conversation. Stop trying to put it on the back burner. Hey, Gabby, welcome back. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your help. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. I tried to make sure that I got everybody. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so we got the lovers. We got you being impatient. And we got emotions starting to swirl, distant, and communication. You need to start talking to him and communicating. That's the issue that you're having. There's a distant communication between what you want and what he wants. And you got to lay it out on the line. That's pretty much all these cards are saying, because we got Gemini, which is for two people, two different sides of the coin, lovers. Then we got Taurus, which deals with you want to hit the ground running, but it seems like you're being slowed down. We've got Pisces, which, you know, that deals with emotion. And then you got Pluto and Mercury. So it's just communication. You're not communicating. He's not communicating what he truly wants. And it's frustrating you because you're the type of person that you hit the ground running and you're ready to go. Like, let's not fuck off. He is a Gemini. There we go. Good luck. Our community is picking up. I don't know. He has been single for 10 years. Ooh, Jesus, why? That would be my first question. What the hell's wrong with you? Hey, can I have a coffee, please? Please. Pretty please with a cherry on top. I cannot go 10 years. No. You say that, and then you're like, if you ever die, I'll never get with no one ever again.
That's what toys are for.
Ugh. Ugh. I'm never checking on you when I'm dead. Why has he been single for 10 years? Missed opportunity. Does he travel a lot? Because there's a traveling and travel opportunity. Missed opportunities and spending too much time on his passion instead of focusing on his life. I got an idea. What if we start a tarot card business and we name the deck a mixed bag of nuts? A few that are sweet cards and the other one's just straight up brutal. That's pretty much how this is. And then it seems like, so he pays too much attention to the thing that he wants to do in his life, but he's straying away far from, I mean, as far as if he's a good suitor or not, I mean, at least you know he's dedicated. Because, I mean, if you go 10 years being single, dedication and commitment is not a fucking issue for you. Just saying. Like, but realistically, all jokes aside, all my quims and whims, the only issue that this individual has they put too much time into the things that they're passionate about rather than putting in the time of love and relationship. That's what I'm looking for. One general, please. Hi, the real is in the house. General, balance, baby. Balance that booty. No, but for real, though, you do need to bring some balance into your life. It seems like you got a few areas you still need to work on. Dr. Red. It's so weird. It's like with you, it's like you get one area of your life figured out and balanced, and then you just fucking tip the rest of it over. You need to figure out how to balance your weight between both things. The reels. What do we got for the reels? We got that Capricorn energy. Trying to bring in the wheel of the year and the chariot. So you're trying to move. Oh, so it looks like that you're trying to stockpile them finances, baby. Trying to get that money because that's what's coming up. It's like you're driven this year to make sure that you succeed. So just keep up your hustle, baby. You can get a general, but you do have to be subscribed, my dear. And if you subscribe, I believe that will put us at 500 people.
Where you at, $4.99?
Yes.
Yes.
$4.98. Someone unsubscribed after they subscribed. Dang you all. I was trying to get all happy. Go lucky. Was super excited. Was one away. And one of you snapped my dreams and crushed it. Thank you. You are a soul crusher. Questions are 5 for 2, babe. Damn, that was soul crushing. You see that number and you're like, I'm one away. And then, we're so close to 500. We're so close. Literally, we could have touched it. And then someone had to be a douchebag. I want to go back to my first question. I just want to know, will he ever ask me out on any dates? Well, that's a third question, not a first question, baby. Give me 1 second. Oh, no. What, babe?
Oh, I was talking to them. They didn't have enough food or water. Now I'm going to get some coffee.
I did not understand. There are 11 people in this chat. Subscribe. Exactly. Push it, Gabby. Bring out the whip and the chains. Release the hounds, Seabiscuit. Oh, shit. But as far as like asking you out on a date, you're going to have to make the first move because it ain't going to happen. Be wise. Subscribe. Literally, that's someone's name. Be wise. So I just added the subscribe. Welcome, Be wise. I'm rolling my eyes at him. Beat him up. Ooh, Coco, get a cattle prod and just go. Bzz. Trust. Or trust. Apparently, I need trust in my life. True, I am new. Well, welcome, new. I know, $4.99. We're so close. Be wise. Let your emotions go, baby. Stop trying to hold them back. Let them out. And then wipe away them tears. Dust yourself off. Look in the mirror. Spank that booty and go. Woo! And go on with your life. Really what? Oh my God, C-Bun. What happened to C-Bun? I'm so lost. You have a daughter. She does have a daughter. You're very welcome, sweetheart. I'm just lost. My girls are going crazy in the chat. Did we do it? Did we do it? Did we do it? We did it! Ugh. And I saved it. I screenshotted it. We are officially at 500. So, since we're at 500, I'm going to change that 600 individual subscriber rule. And tomorrow, you get one free question tomorrow. Unless you're in here today, and then you can claim your free question right now. So, bomb me away. But remember, you only get a free question if you're subscribed. So, and to my girls who moderate and helped me out through my squirrel-like abilities, this one's to you. Little hot. I know. We get 500 more. We can get things like super chat where you don't have to go to other places to send me money. Like, isn't that a cool thing? I wish I had one of those poppers. I could go, pew. Maybe that's what I should do tomorrow. I do got the funds. I could go get some poppers. We'll make a whole video about it tomorrow. We finally hit 500 subscribers. Yay. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to buy me some balloons. I'm going to do it, damn it. Everybody else does it. I'm going to do it. Yep. But yeah, I'm not going to buy like the big jumbo ones, but I'm going to get some balloons.
You're going to use them to talk, honey?
Ooh, I could. I'm going to go get helium balloons. I don't know why I enjoy doing that. It's one of those things I like from a kid. Like one of my family used to do it all the time, and then it just kind of became a thing. Elizabeth, what did I ever do to you to make you feel this way? But I do appreciate you guys because, you know, it does help. As long as that number don't fluctuate, we shall party tomorrow like it's 1989. Sorry, that was for Coco about my daughter. I'm not really I don't know what happened. All I know is that your kid got brought up and I was like, oh yeah. That's all I know. And thank you to those who subscribed. I don't know who the last subscriber was. Who was it? It was Reem M. Reem M. Oh, you're pretty. I love long hair. My hair never looks like that. Liz was your 500th subscriber. Yay. Oh, if you have King Supers in your area, that's where I've never heard of them, but I mean, I can look for it. Worst comes to worst, I can get online and it won't be here tomorrow, but eventually I will. Liz subscribed at the same time. Well, then between them two, they made our dreams come true. It's like a fairy tale. Woo. I feel like I should go out tomorrow and get a new deck at a shop, but I don't know if there's any shops open tomorrow, or at least around my area. I just really want a new deck to play with, and I'm trying to find every excuse possible. But I'm so excited. We didn't do it at the end of the year, but 3 days afterwards, we made that miracle happen. We finally hit our subscribing mark, which is a good thing, I think. Because you know how many people we've seen and how many people that, yes, you can ask your question. You get one free question because we did hit the 500. But after you use your free question, my dear, it's paying after that, just so you know. I know. Never looked so good for 500, right? Oh, shit. Ooh, Virgo. I don't have a baby, Gabby. She's a baby. She's still in her teens, but she's above the double digits. What is your question? You get one question, Rafia. Rah. What made unfollow me on social media? Was it personal? Rah, ooh la la, lady, ga ga ga. There was a lot of imbalance between you two. And there's a few cards that give me that, but it feels like one of those things that was slowly, they were distancing themselves for a while. And basically just were done with the whole situation. They just wanted to run the other way. Now, as far as if it was personal, yeah, it was personal. I feel like maybe a remark was made and maybe it wasn't meant towards them, but I feel like it was like a blanket statement that kind of just rubbed them the wrong way. Because we're not friends. Yeah, that's evident. I've never spoken to her before. Because we're not friends, yeah. That's why there's distance with Pluto. an imbalance, and then you've got Capricorn in reverse. So lack of communication and a distance. All right, we'll see if you're a new subscriber. I will check and see. Rafi, he was the one saying I'm a new subscriber. Saho, my dear, unfortunately, it is not showing you up. Our last subscriber was 3 minutes ago, my dear. So once you do subscribe and then it shows up, I will give you a free question. Can you tell me how Rob feels about me? Like, am I supposed to be with him? Did you get my donation again? I don't think so. Yes, I did. I did get your donation again. So are you wanting that as part of your donation question or one of your free ones, Coco? Let's see. Fortunately, I do not got you, my dear. So, sorry. Come tomorrow, and if it shows that you're subscribed, because it shows me all the notifications, like I'm getting instant notifications on it, and it's not showing your name, my dear. So, for Wagner, were you under a different username? Because that is not coming up. Yeah, unsubscribe and then try again. I don't know why it does that. I mean, it showed the other people that subscribed. Like I seen everyone else come through, but I didn't see them come through. It's odd though. Oh well. Okay, so can you tell me? So you need to answer me, Coco, baby. Yes, my donation is that. Well, here's what we're going to do. So the question is for your donation. So that's one of your questions. What's your second question? How's Rob feel about me? And like, or is those two questions in one? Can you tell me what Rob feels about me? So that's one. And like, does he feel I am someone he will be with? Is that two questions in one? Trying to make sure I'm not, yeah, you know what I mean? But as far as how he feels about you, it's kind of like a double-edged sword with the Queen of Swords, baby. So the whole feeling of you is that sometimes you distance yourself so much as far as like the walls you put up towards other people that some of the things you say at certain times can be taken into wrong context, which is coming through. And for him, it feels like he keeps on pushing harder and harder, but it also feels like he's got too much going on at once. So it's like he can't even give you what you want fully because he's so busy with these other things around him. But we got the luxury card, which shows up with the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is equal love, equal respect. And they love you. They like you. They care about you. But sometimes it feels like you guys are on two different wavelengths. So there's question one. I subscribed with 4 accounts. Girl, God love you. So it went up. Let's see if I can fix these notifications. Yeah, we went up by 4. Huh? I do be distant, but I do that with everyone. If I tried to ask him out to meet, would he be happy? Well, yeah, but if you're trying to be with somebody, you gotta let down somewhat, you know what I mean? Like, you can still be a badass bitch, so to speak, but you gotta give a little bit, you know what I mean? Gotta let down just a slightly. You don't, kind of like when you go to a drive-thru and someone walks up on you asking for money. The courteous thing to do is to like swipe down the window just enough to let them see in, see there's actually a person there. But you don't have to reveal everything. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Now, as far as asking them out, do it in a way that is like, hey, I'm going out this weekend, or I'm thinking about going out this weekend. I really need someone by my side, kind of thing. Like, make it coy. You know what I mean? Like, smooth, like butter. Be smooth like butter when you're asking him to go out. And if you do it that way, he's going to connect with it. Don't make it seem like it's got to be over the top. You know what I mean? Just make it casual. I'm scared to give. That's how you get hurt. You give too much. I know, baby. Haley, baby. Haley, Haley, Haley. You got decisions, baby. And the only one who can make them is you. Jiho. Jiho. I have not liked anyone in a long time, and I just have guys chasing, and now I'm like someone, right? I get it. Just, like I said, you don't have to give them the whole damn fucking museum. Just let them through the, let the glass be a little bit more transparent. G. Sweetheart, you got the Fool card, which Fool card is one who sees the funner things in life, the excitement, but is also the one to get into some shit that they don't need to be in. So this next journey that you take into your life, take it with caution instead of throwing that caution to the wind. He thinks I'm not, that's, thanks, I'll get it. He thinks I'm not interested. Well, then prove to him what is the temperature in Ohio. Alexa, what's the temperature in Ohio? Alexa, what is the temperature outside? 38. 3 degrees. We only do 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon in this house, dang it. No, apparently it's like 38 degrees. It's not, but I like it a little bit colder. Like, I would love to be somewhere right now where I'm in the mountains in a cabin, in a hot tub, soaking, living my best life, thinking I'll probably end up dying, but this is the way to go. Why are you doing that? What are you doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? You can't play no music through it.
No, I know. I'm trying to see if
Where can I donate? If you look down in the description box, sweetheart, it'll give you all the information on where you can donate. We got PayPal and Cash App. Hello, may I have a reading? If you're wanting a 30-minute reading or an hour reading or questions, except you do get one free question, but you got to be subscribed. All the information's down below. I love winter. I wish I lived somewhere that snowed. Right? See, I'm wanting to go on a winter vacation next year. And I want to find something that's secluded where I could take all my dogs. Because realistically, I don't want to leave my dogs for a damn week. And having 4 dogs kind of makes it hard. And I don't trust people. I don't want to put my dogs in a kennel or anything like that. You're fine, baby. I know it's hard, you know, putting yourself out there. I still remember your spaghetti. I know. I'm going to try to cut back on my carbs. I kind of, you know, went off the railing a little bit today, but okay, so sheet. Oh, you're Sagittarius, man. Well, here's the deal. I'll tell you about your Sagittarius, but you get to pick the card because I got 4 cards that came up and you get to pick one, my dear. That's how we do it around here. Pick which door you wish to see. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Zucchini spaghetti. Is the zucchini noodles good though? Like, I've never tried them, but I've always been kind of like, I don't know. So we've got the Queen of Discs, which means you're in a place in your life where you're secure with yourself. You're in this place in your life where you're happy with what's going on. And this is one of the main things that attracts that Sagittarius to you. But just remember, being coy and being distant are close cousins. So don't try to be like, ooh. No, you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like where we play that. I need a fan. I need to be like those YouTubers that's got a fan. And I can be like, hello. You know what I mean? Hey, by the way, Gabby is not the runner of this channel. I am. And when you ask, especially since, let's see, where did you come in? You literally just walked into this channel and you're demanding a reading. So you could take your view and you can go fly a kite far away from here. I don't want anybody coming in here demanding cards when they can't even say hi and act like they've had conversations in here when they really didn't. So you can go fly a kite. Thank you for playing, but you've been eliminated. Sorry, guys. I just hate when people do that. Like, don't come after me and don't come after my moderators acting like you're going to come in and be like, give me this, give me that. First off, we're not a fucking quarter machine. Okay? We ain't at a circus. You don't demand things. You come in, you show respect, and then we have conversation. And then you get a card. House rules. Libra. What made you unhappy? We got the 9 of... Why he wants to do this while I'm doing readings. I will never understand this man. Why? By the way, if you guys don't see the pink bunny anymore, he ended up a weird smell. 9 of Cups. So I don't know what the happiness or displeasing of happiness is from, but you need to work on that. We can't be doubting our happiness this early in the game. For real, all you hear is Bluetooth on, Bluetooth off. Hello, we're ready to pair. And I'm like, for real, it's not like I'm doing anything in here. Can I get a love read? Well, I'll tell you what, Jess. If you subscribe, you get 1 free question because we just hit over 500 subscribers. After that, it's, you know, the information down there for payment options is down there, but yeah. Give me a second. Oh, that was a stupid laugh. You ever have that where you're like, oh, that life is horrible? So I'm so glad the other day I did not share a picture with you that I got during a live. Subscribed. All right, Jess, do you have a question? After today, and well, tomorrow, anybody that gets their free question today doesn't get it tomorrow, but you do get a free card tomorrow. It just won't be geared towards whatever questions you want. Yeah. Excuse me. So yeah, just pick a question, any question. Will something start with me and Jay? This is how you do it, baby. Let's find out. Let's use my astrology deck. I haven't played with that one hardly any today. All right, let's see. Will something start with... Thank you. Just give me an hour. Jesus. Oh, I'm sorry, Jess. We normally don't have the Bluetooth is ready to pair going on in the background, but my husband's annoying today and he wants to test my patience. And now he's going to huff and puff until he blows my house down. But to answer your question, dear, yes, you got the love card. It's one of those things where you just want to go, like, have one of those Al Bundy moments where you're like, what are you doing? But you're trying to be a calm civilian. But anyway, Jess, the answer to your question is yes, because we've got the 7th house, and the 7th house deals within matters of love, which if my husband keeps on tempting me, he's going to get a lot of love in all the wrong ways. And now he's just looking at me like a sad old man, but I love him. He's been trying to get the stupid Bluetooth speaker hooked up, and he was hoping to get it connected to his PlayStation, but all you hear is Bluetooth speaker up, Bluetooth speaker on. But yet you think he would hit the volume control, right? Because on the thing down, it will. It does. It's volume. If you keep it up, I'm going to connect to my phone. You know, before connecting it, why I'm not putting on YouTube and not playing nothing? Because I can't get this video go poof. Oh, he needs to work out his schedule with my schedule. She hasn't seen it yet. She hasn't seen what? What have we not seen? I have a question. Will your new deck arrive on Wednesday the 6th as expected? Oh my God, if it does, I'll be so excited. Okay, thank you, Jess. I'm so sorry. It's been a day. By the gods, I hope so. I'm so excited. It ordered and says the 6th. So is it one of the ones that you showed me, or is it a different one? And are you being serious with your question? Because I feel like you're messing with me. Can I be I on the list? I will put you as I, Allie. But you must subscribe to the channel. Okay, I think I figured out how to phrase my question. What song are you talking about, Angela? I got distracted by my own self one. I want a free one. Well, I want a free one too. If you would subscribe, then you would get a free one. But since you want to try the patience of the House of Cards over here, goodbye. Like, I'm just trying to have a conversation on with you. Like, what's your question, dear? Exactly. That was my question. I'll put my question up and then tell you. Okay. It got really quiet in here. Alexa, is she even plugged up? Play meditation music. I don't want to have to wait for me to get the next care package together so you could get the goth one. So I bought it on Amazon for you. Oh, baby, you didn't have to buy it. I could have waited. I'm just a little bit impatient like a child at Christmas. Snacky to wackities and all. But I'm so excited. I get a new deck to play with. It sounds so bad because if you would speed that up, it would sound like something else. Which energies are reaching out to work with me most strongly right now? The Grand Champa is a more masculine incense usually than I work more with the feminine. Aw. Guess what I got? I got tarot cards coming my way. They're going to be here on the 6th. Ah, so excited. Yeah, I know. You ordered me some. And so did my Seabiscuit. So I'll have 2 decks arriving on the same day. And I get to play. I'm so excited. Yeah. Give me a second. I got distracted. I've got you, Angela. I've got you. Which energies are working out right now? Masculine. So, who? It's a little bit darker. The energy or entity or deity is a little bit of a darker masculine. And it's been one that you've been thinking about for like the last 2 years. So there's a darker masculine, either entity or deity that you've been wanting to work with that's coming through. And this is why you're being drawn to choose something a little bit more masculine. That's their way of telling you, hey, I'm ready to work with you. I feel like the first experience that you had with this person or thing, yep, there you go, was someone else brought them that experience into your life. Sorry, when I do that, it just takes me out and brings me back in. Rihanna, Disturbia. I love that freaking song. Disturbia. Monsters Inside My Head. Is that what you were thinking of, Seabiscuit? By the way, for anybody in here who wants a reading, all you got to do is let me know. I am doing private readings as well. Same here. That song is amazing. The clip more than the song, right? Oh, excuse me. Well, my dear, I think if it died down like it has been since, I told myself at the beginning of the year, 2 hours maximum. Here we are at 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I went past my time, I said. If no one's wanting any readings or wants to book a reading, I am about to dip out because I've been on here for 2.5 hours, and I'm pretty sure the hubby is hungry, and I can allow him to play with his new toy, so to speak. But I did see a few people come in, so if you have a reading that you want, let me know, and I will do that before I dip out. I never read for timing because time always changes. Ain't that the frickin' truth? Well, I try to set some time, for my own self and stuff like that. But my question is, how do the lighter beings, How do the lighter beings' thoughts on me? Okay, give me 1 second. It took me a minute. I had to reread that. Not a problem here. Oh, shoot. Well, the first card that we got was playfulness. So there's one of your answers, my dear. And you have the ability to make small miracles happen for those around you. It seems like you use your heart to light the way for other people. And what I mean by that is you see the best in everyone, even when they don't see the best in themselves. And you have a way to express that and to help shine the light on those who can't see it for themselves. And that right there is what makes you good with miracles. Because your playfulness has the ability to bring people out of their shell. And then with miracles, you have the ability to help people change how they view about themselves. And that right there is a powerful gift, my dear. Hello and welcome to who just came in. If you want a card or reading, just let me know. It's very rare, my dear, for someone to be able to put words into place or actions or just the simple thought of a hug, bringing light into someone's life, even if it's just for a moment or a second of a moment. That holds power to it. So use it wisely. All right, my clan, I'm going to start buckling the things up. And if we get a couple readings along the way, which normally it does tend to happen towards the end, but if it doesn't, then I get to nourish the hubby and he gets to play with his new little toy. You are very welcome. Very welcome, my dear. I am just a messenger for those who need to hear it. And I think sometimes that you forget about that message. By the way, for anybody who comes in, if you do want a reading, I still got some cards out. So just let me know. You're very welcome, sweetheart. It's what I'm here for. Well, I love you too, Emerson. Thank you. Let's see what we got from Emerson, who is going to be so kind and subscribe to the channel because he's getting the best reading of his life with an information from his angels or her angels saying divine guidance is coming your way. So you're going to get guided to what it is that you're searching for in love, my dear. You just got to look at the signs. How do me and my soulmate meet? Well, my dear, if you subscribe, I can answer that right up for you. Let's see where exactly you meet. By the way, normally questions I do charge for, as Gabby has shown. But since we got 500, I am giving one free question away. And this is your one free question, my dear. Just want to clear it up so that way you come in here and you're not like, well, I got a free question before and blah, 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 you know. First house. So the way that you're going to meet this person, I did give you a general, baby. That was forever and ago. But as far as for Kusama, the way that you're going to meet this individual is by you getting out and about. And it looks to me like it's going to happen by accident. Like one of those things where you start a conversation with somebody in the line, and before you know it, it's like you're talking and exchanging numbers. So this is going to be something that happens during your going out. So be friendly to those around you. Sephora, my dear, that would be a no. You are just an obstacle in the way of what they're trying to obtain. So they're trying to slightly obscure your reality a little bit just so they can get something that they're wanting. Hopefully, you know, it doesn't end bad for you. I don't know what you're looking for in life. You may be just looking for something that's fleeting or not putting too much into it, but it does seem like there's alternative motives. And you're welcome, dear. But Red, you can ask a question. You do get a free question. We hit 500 subscribers. One time only thing until, you know, we hit 1,000. And Kusama, you're very welcome, my dear. Kusuma. I feel like I'm summoning you. Say it 3 times and they will all appear. With tea, because I like tea. I haven't had tea in a while. I need to start drinking some tea. I've been drinking coffee more than I have tea. Zanel Mazus. Yeah, that went well. Zanel, my dear. Maziko or Maziku. I don't know. Let's see. What card do we get for you, my dear? Seems there's something growing in your life, my dear. The question is, what is growing in your life? They do have today. Well, for our normal people who subscribed, we will allow them tomorrow. I am keeping a tally of who got a free question today. So that way we don't have no repeat offenders, you know. But it does seem like there's something that you're growing into. I feel like you're growing into yourself. And that's kind of like where it's coming to. Masiko. I was having fun with it for a minute. The first time it was just because the way that I tried to say their name, it did not come out the first time. And then I said their name 3 or 4 different times, trying to figure out which one sounded right to me. And then they broke it down. Masiko. Hello. I don't know why I said it like that, but it was fun for me. Oh, I shall summon Masiko. the mighty seagull from wherever. Ooh, I just got the smell. And there was an incense I used to have for Hecate, and I just got the smell of it. I think I need to leave her an incense offering today. I was about to show my teeth. Oh, baby, you can show your teeth, your pearly whites all day, baby. My seagull. Bless you. But I appreciate the love, my dear. I do appreciate the love. The love and the caring. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay. So it seems like we are dying down. What the way you pronounce my surname? The way you pronounce my surname? Yeah. Ezekiel. Well, hopefully I do it better now. But it is a little bit more fun to say now. Ezekiel. Coming at you near theater. I love people's names because there's just some that are so fun to say that you could use them in like anything and it would be fun. I got the feeling, baby. What's the feeling? I got the feeling inside my bones. No, 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 no. Do, 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 do. Where am I gone? I bet the weather there is a lot better than what it is here right now. It is freezing to toss. I was about to attack. You guys are like hungry for blood. You wish for a sacrifice. But I love it. Oh, I love my moderators. They're so pretty. They're so pretty and so loyal and so protective. They'll slice you. Hat Man is no longer his Hat Man. He's the executioner. And this has took a weird turn since then. So, my dears, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for helping us get to 500 subscribers and well over. Tomorrow, if I can find them, I will get some poppers, make a mess in my house, and then we will do readings. We will have fun. I'll probably eat an orange or two because that's been a thing this year. And yeah, we shall have fun. And expect the meditations coming. Expect more live videos. And expect actual upload videos. So yeah, if you guys ever need me and I'm not on here and you really need to talk to me, my email's down below. All you got to do is just send me an email. Some days it may take 1 to 5 days. I'm like the postal service. You never know when I'm coming. On that note, I bid you all a good night. And may the gods bless you in 2021.